Hey everybody, it is your girl Parris Lexx back with a brand new video here on YouTube. And as you can see, I am holding up a story time book. This is called Play a Sound Snow White, and what I'll be doing today is reading this story to all the young kiddos out there. And I thought this would be a fun way to let them just look at the video and follow along as I read this book. Reading is so fundamental for young kids because that is where the creative juices are going to be flowing when they are younger, and reading is basically a fundamental requirement that we should all have access to. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Bye! In a faraway kingdom lives a beautiful princess. She is called Snow White because her skin is as white as snow. Her hair is as black as night, and her lips are as red as rubies. Snow White is kind and good. She has even made friends with the animals who live in the nearby forest. Even the wolf is her friend. Robin and Wren are her best friends. Robin wakes each morning with a cheerful melody, and Wren sings a sweet lullaby to her each night. Snow White tells all her secrets to Robin and Wren. They know about her dream that one day a handsome prince will fall in love with Snow White and ask her to come with him to his own kingdom. Snow White also tells Robin and Wren of her wicked stepmother, the Queen. She is an evil sorceress who casts spells. The Queen often looks into her magic mirror and asks, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who in this land is fairest of all?" The magic mirror always answers in the same way. "Snow White is fairest of all." The Queen is jealous of Snow White's beauty and goodness. "I will cast a spell and be rid of Snow White forever. Then I'll be the fairest of all," cries the Queen. She turns the pages of her book of evil spells. Robin and Wren watch the Queen as she searches for a spell. When they hear her wish to be rid of Snow White, they quickly fly to the girl who is pulling a thorn from Grey Wolf's paw. Snow White and Grey Wolf listen quietly as Robin and Wren tell about the Queen's plan to harm Snow White with an evil spell. Grey Wolf has a plan of his own. "We must run deep into the forest, Snow White," the wolf says. "We must run far away where your evil stepmother will never find you. In the forest you will be safe from her." "We must go quickly," says Robin and Wren. "The forest is big and dark, but we have many friends in the woods who will help Snow White." Grey Wolf leads Snow White into the dark forest. Robin and Wren fly nearby. It is hard to run in the forest. There are thorny branches, and Snow White stumbles over sharp rocks and tree roots. When she gets tired, her friends tell Snow White that she must go on. After what seems like a very long time to the scared girl, Snow White stumbles into a clearing where a little house is nestled. No one answers her knock at the door, so Snow White lets herself in. She peeps into each room, and in each one a cuckoo clock cheerfully keeps time. In the attic, Snow White finds 7 little beds. "I'll just lie down to rest for a minute," she says. Snow White is fast asleep. Not far from the little house in the clearing, there is a mine where 7 dwarfs work. With picks and shovels, the dwarfs mine brightly colored jewels. 6 of the dwarfs are hard workers, but the 7th dwarf, who is much younger than the other ones, prefers to pluck away at happy tunes. Long before the sun sets, the 7th dwarf suddenly stops playing and says, "Brothers, let's stop working and go home early. I have a feeling that there is a wonderful surprise waiting for us." The dwarfs gladly leave the mine and head home. The littlest dwarf skips along behind the others, playing a merry tune. The 7 dwarfs look around their house for the wonderful surprise. Their clocks cuckoo as usual, but there's no surprise. The 7th dwarf calls from the attic, "Come quickly, see what I found." Snow White sits up with a gasp. "Oh, I did not mean to fall asleep in your bed, but I was so tired," she says. It does not take long for Snow White to tell them about her wicked stepmother and the evil spell. She also introduces the dwarfs to her friends, Robin, Wren, and the Grey Wolf. The 7th dwarf steps forward. "Please stay with us, Snow White. We will protect you from the queen and her evil spell." Snow White says she will stay, but in her heart she wonders if she will ever find her prince. Many months pass. It has been a long time since the queen has seen Snow White. She is certain the girl was lost in the dark forest. The queen asks her magic mirror, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who in this land is fairest of all?" The queen is shocked to hear the mirror reply, "Snow White, who happily dwells in the forest with the 7 dwarfs, is fairest of all." The angry queen storms up to the top of her secret tower. "I will cast a spell now. I will make a perfect poison apple that will be the end of Snow White," she shrieks. During the day, while the dwarves work in their mine, Snow White takes care of the house. One morning, after she winds all the cuckoo clocks, Snow White bakes bread for the 7 dwarfs. While she works, she dreams of her prince and hums a happy tune. She sprinkles cinnamon on one loaf. It is a special treat for the littlest dwarf, who loves cinnamon bread. Snow White's happy dreams burst when a strange woman knocks at the door. "Will you take my lovely apple?" crackles the woman, who is really the evil queen in disguise. Snow White's mouth waters for a taste of the perfect apple. "Go ahead and take a bite," says the stranger. Snow White bites into the apple and falls down as though she were dead. The queen sheds her disguise and dances away to her castle, laughing. My spell works. Now I'm the fairest of all. The dwarves weep for Snow White. Robin, Wren, and the Grey Wolf cannot be moved from her side. The dwarves gather rose petals for Snow White's bed and place her gently upon it. Snow White is as lovely as ever. Her skin is white as snow, her hair is as black as night, and her lips are as red as rubies. Day after day, the dwarves watch over her. Snow White looks as if she is only sleeping and might awaken at any time. Then, one sunny day, a prince rides into the clearing. When he sees Snow White, he says to the 7 dwarves, I cannot leave without first kissing this beautiful maiden. The 7 dwarves tell the prince that Snow White often dreamed of the day she would be kissed by a prince who would take her away with him to his own kingdom. When the prince lifts Snow White to kiss her, the piece of apple falls from her mouth. The spell is broken. Snow White smiles at the prince. I knew you would find me, she whispers. The next day, the queen asks the mayor, who is the fairest in the land? When the mayor says Snow White is happily wed to a prince and is still the fairest of all, the queen smashes it to bits. Without her magic mirror, the queen will never know that Snow White and the prince live happily ever after. The end.